All right, settle in, you miserable excuse for a Disney adult. Thought you knew the mouse. Think again. Today, we're dragging Disney's rotting corpse out into the sunlight and having a good, hard laugh.
Yeah, we're going to piss all over those precious memories.
We absolutely are. Your childhood wonder, about to get curb stomped. Let's unpack this catastrophic downfall.
It's actually kind of wild when you look at it. The sheer volume of evidence pointing to, well, a monumental fuck-up by the House of Mouse.
Right.
You've got analysts screaming, animators leaking stuff, fanboy tears, enough to fill a theme park.
So our mission today, folks...
We're diving headfirst into this dumpster fire, gonna figure out how this titan of, childhood wonder turned into, well, this.
This creatively bankrupt, money-grubbing behemoth. Okay, let's rip the Band-Aid off. The so-called Golden Age.
Ah, yes, the Renaissance. Late 80s, 90s.
Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, all classics, right? They made billions, platinum soundtracks.
Yeah.
You were totally blinded by nostalgia, weren't you? Admit it.
Well, I mean, commercially, undeniable success. Lion King was almost $1 billion. Diamond status, you couldn't escape those songs.
Wow.
And critics, yeah, they mostly loved him. It is seen as peak Disney, but...
But, hold up. Toy Story, massive, iconic,
Yeah.
changed everything.
Right.
Not Disney. Pixar, remember that? Pixar was just a bunch of animation nerds making commercials until Disney came sniffing around.
That's a super important point. Disney distributed it, sure, but the idea, the innovation, that was Pixar.
Yeah.
It kind of shows. Even back then, Disney was already leaning on outside talent.
And even those masterpieces.
No!
Let's cut the crap.
Yeah.
They weren't perfect. Aladdin. So many stereotypes about the Arab world, it wasn't even funny. And Robin Williams is the genie. Love the guy, but total whitewashing.
Yeah.
They even changed lyrics later.
They did, which, kind of admits they knew it was problematic from the start. Those criticisms are totally valid.
And don't forget the Toy Story 2 blooper, real joke, they yanked in 2019 because of sexual misconduct stuff. Didn't age well, did it?
Oof, yeah. That definitely casts a shadow.
But the real kick in the nostalgia nuts, Pocahontas.
Oh, Pocahontas.
Cultural appropriation central, historical inaccuracies out the wazoo, and that kitschy little tune, Savages.
Their whole disgusting race is like a curse. Yeah.
Charming, right? For kids.
Yeah.
They tweaked some lines later, but damn, the sentiment was baked in. So much for your perfect childhood.
It's pretty bad. Exploiting culture, twisting history, offensive lyrics, serious missteps, especially for a family film.
So yeah, the Golden Age. Maybe not so golden after all. Fast forward, the 2000s, Disney's own stuff started tanking. Hard.
Yeah, the experimental era, they called it. Remember Dinosaur?
Oh, God, Dinosaur. Looked fancy, but was all right as generous.
Yeah.
That Secret Lab thing closed right after.
Meanwhile, Pixar's killing it with Monsters, Inc. DreamWorks dropped Shrek.
Shrek. And Shrek 2 made like $900 million. Disney was sweating.
They absolutely were. Their own animation was looking, well, outdated.
Lilo and Stitch was maybe the last original hit they had since the 90s, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Then it was Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, all Pixar.
So what does Disney do? Buy their way out of trouble.
Yep, $7.4 billion for Pixar in 2006.
Billion. And Pixar basically said, okay, but keep your mitts off our creative side.
Which was smart, and it saved Disney's animation ass for a bit.
And live action, Pirates, Narnia, that was kind of it for blockbusters.
Yeah, some cult stuff like Princess Diaries, Freaky Friday, Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Those hold up okay.
But the Disney Channel was fading. So instead of, I don't know, making better stuff themselves, they just bought everything.
A hockey team. The Mighty Ducks. The California Angels baseball team.
Why movies, I guess? ESPN, ABC, Hulu, GoPro, they just jam their fingers in every pie.
It stopped being about art, didn't it? Just profit, diversification, becoming a conglomerate.
Let's cut the crap it became all about the money. Pure and simple. Which brings us to the 2010s. The big buys.
Marvel, $4.4 billion.
People freaked out. Thought Disney would ruin it. But surprisingly, Kevin Feige kept control, mostly.
And the early MCU. Huge success. For a while, made incredible bank.
Yeah. Then came Lucasfilm. $4 billion. Star Wars. The biggest goddamn franchise ever.
Massive anticipation.
And what did Disney do? Threw George Lucas's sequel ideas in the trash.
Yeah, that was a choice. Gave control to J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy.
And guess what? Longtime fans were pissed off. Force Awakens made money, sure, but it was basically A New Hope again.
A rehash, yeah. Felt safe. Too safe.
Then Last Jedi split the fandom right down the middle.
Oh, God, the arguments.
And Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine's back. Somehow, Continuity, who needs it?
That felt like pure panic, trying to please everyone and pleasing no one.
Look, the movies made money, can't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
But creatively, they fucked it up royally, spat right in the face of the hardcore fans, strangled the golden goose.
It definitely damaged the legacy. The lack of a coherent plan across the trilogy was just baffling for such a major property.
And the fallout just kept coming. Pixar started to stumble.
Lasseter left in 2017. Bit of a creep, apparently.
Then the flops started rolling in. Onward, Soul, Luca. Turning Red barely broke even.
Lightyear was a disaster. Inclusion controversy. Plus, like, who asked for Buzz Lightyear's origin story anyway?
Exactly. Pixar suddenly looked like it was on life support. The magic just, poof, gone.
It's a noticeable downturn. The consistency just isn't there anymore. Serious questions about their direction.
And Disney animation itself. More of the same bullshit. Ralph breaks the internet. Okay. Frozen 2 made a mint, obviously.
But then Raya. And Kanto was all right, I guess. Strange World.
Massive flop.
Yeah.
More woke content nobody was asking for. It feels like they have no idea what audiences want anymore.
Strange World's failure was significant. The themes just didn't resonate broadly. It highlights that inconsistency.
Don't even get me started on the live-action remakes. Ugh.
Initially, huge moneymakers. Cinderella, Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King.
Billions. But then, crash. Mulan, Cruella, Pinocchio, Peter Pan.
Diminishing returns. Audience fatigue, maybe. Creative bankruptcy.
Probably all of the above. Little Mermaid with the race-swapped Ariel did okay, despite the whining from the usual asshats online.
It did decent numbers, yeah, but the controversy was huge.
But Snow White. Casting drama, the star trashing the original movie. Rumors it's getting axed entirely. What a goddamn mess.
That whole situation is incredibly messy. The modernization attempts are really hitting turbulence.
This whole live-action cash grab feels desperate now, like they're just scraping the barrel.
The strategy seems to be wearing thin, definitely.
And Marvel. Not immune to this shit show either.
Nope. New Mutants was cursed. Kingsman flopped. Morbius. Okay, Sony, but still. Eternals.
The gay superhero bombed hard. And the TV series. Mostly forgettable crap.
It's a very mixed bag. The MCU definitely lost its footing. Quality control seems to have slipped. Audience fatigue is real.
Okay, can we talk about this adorkable problem?
The modern Disney heroine template.
They're all the same. Snarky, quirky, independent, Mirabelle, Anna, Moana, Raya, Asha. It's like girl boss activism cosplay. Where's the depth? Where's the variety?
There's a definite pattern. It feels formulaic, trying to modernize the princess maybe, but ending up with less nuance.
And romance. Dead. Apparently love makes you weak now.
That's the vibe. The Snow White remake focusing on leadership.
Right, leadership. Original Snow White was 14, wished for a prince. Now she's got to be, Sheryl Sandberg? It's bullshit.
It's a major shift from the classics. Trying to be empowering, but maybe losing something human along the way.
And let's cut the crap. Even when they update it, they still cast these young actresses opposite dudes old enough to be their dads. Same old creepy power dynamic, just dressed up differently.
The age gap issue persists, yeah. It undermines the empowerment message for some critics.
And the songs. My God, the songs. Where are the bangers?
Oof, yeah.
The Wish soundtrack was pure garbage. Utter dog shit.
Widely criticized, yeah. Unmemorable.
Moana 2. Generic kid slop. You forget it instantly. Kids are still singing Let It Go. Or Peaches from the Mario movie. Because the new Disney stuff. Forgettable.
Feels like songwriters are trying too hard to be Lin-Manuel Miranda, maybe, but missing the mark.
Wish literally hired pop songwriters with no musical theater chops. The lyrics felt crammed in, didn't fit the story. Just slow the fuck down and write a decent song.
That was a controversial choice. The disconnect between song and story was a common complaint. That rapid-fire delivery.
Yeah.
It didn't always work.
And Moana too. Just lazy rehashing. Can I get a chi? Maui talking about skipping leg day. Besties. A rapping crab? What the actual hell?
Yeah, some of those lyrics felt awkward. Forced humor. Trying too hard to be current, maybe. Felt derivative.
Musical diarrhea. Even Lin-Manuel Miranda's new stuff for the remakes isn't lighting the world on fire. Little Mermaid Mufasa.
More mixed reception, definitely. Not hitting like his earlier work.
Maybe. Just maybe, they should hire actual musical theater writers again.
Yeah.
Crazy thought, I know.
It's a fair point. Prioritizing that specific skill set might yield better results, you know.
And let's not forget, Disney Plus actively destroying the company from within. The irony.
Billions spent on content, but subscribers leaving. It's a flawed strategy.
Jack of all trades, master of absolutely none. They can't keep up with Netflix, they're spreading themselves too thin, and the quality shows.
It's a tough market. The sheer volume approach has been criticized for diluting the brand, maybe. turning potential movies into okay-ish shows.
Exactly. Turning movies into mediocre 8-episode snooze fests, diluting Marvel, diluting Star Wars. Fans are just apathetic now.
And it hurts the theatrical side, too. Fewer billion-dollar hits since Disney Plus launched. The shows often look cheaper.
They're driving people away from cinemas. It's like sabotage. They need to put Disney Plus on the back burner and just make great goddamn movies again.
It seems so obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah. Focus on quality, not quantity. Revolutionary.
A renewed focus on theatrical blockbusters could be the way back. Build that cultural impact again.
But hey, misery loves company, right? It's not just Disney. Hollywood's imploding.
The whole industry is struggling. Box office down, big IPs dying, the stripes.
Studios are so disconnected from audiences, just churning out soulless blockbusters and pointless virtue signaling. It's all bullshit.
There's definitely a disconnect. Formulaic films, the woke debate, audiences are pushing back.
Used to be, slap a brand name on it, make a sequel, boom, money. Now, even that's failing. The Marvels. Historically bad opening.
Right. Haunted Mansion, another remake nobody asked for. Huge loss.
$100 million loss. The old formulas are broken. They've gone completely tits up.
The reliable strategies aren't reliable anymore. Audience appetite has shifted, or maybe the quality just isn't there.
And the execs. Keep making these boneheaded calls. Keep getting paid. Upward failure. Disney hasn't topped the box office in years.
It's frustrating to watch. Leadership decisions clearly aren't panning out, but the accountability seems lacking.
But the audience is still there. They just don't want garbage. Look at Top Gun, Maverick, Barbie, Oppenheimer.
Exactly. People show up for good movies. Originality, quality, nostalgia done right. It still works.
So the problem isn't the audience, it's the crap. Hollywood, especially Disney, is serving up.
The demand is there for compelling cinema. The supply seems to be the issue.
And yeah, woke is the trigger word now. Overly progressive stuff just turns people off when it feels forced. Race swapping, gender swapping for no story reason.
The backlash is undeniable. Whether you agree with it or not, it's impacting the bottom line. The perception is that sometimes representation is prioritized over good storytelling.
They're so busy congratulating themselves they forgot how to tell a decent story. It's pathetic.
It's a complex issue, but the financial results suggest something is alienating a significant part of the audience.
So there you have it, you magnificent asshats. The Magic Kingdom, crumbling faster than Cinderella's coach.
Chasing trends, pandering, losing sight of what worked.
Completely missing the goddamn point. It means your childhood is officially tainted. Thanks, Mickey. But hey, at least we got some laughs out of this clusterfuck, right?
There is a certain morbid fascination to it all.
Now go stew in your disappointment. And maybe, just maybe, Disney pulls its head out of its ass.
Don't hold your breath, though.
Not a chance in hell.